Hey, good morning. Welcome back. Wendy from Content Planning 101. As promised, last week I mentioned that we'd be talking a little bit more about story. Kind of going to spend just the next couple of weeks talking about a couple of basics around story. Many of you have been asking for tips as to how to put more story into your content offerings as you're putting them together. So that's what this is all about. Remember last week when I asked you to check out two of your favorite shows, reruns, or brand new episodes, or movies, or whatever they were? And I asked you to pay attention to where the story came in. Like what happened in the first 5 minutes of that episode or story or movie. Yeah, it could totally be a book, for sure. Well, maybe a book. Movies and TV are better. And this is why. Early on in a good episode, which is the first few minutes, I will liken that to your first impression to your content. There is some form of tension that's introduced early on. Early on in the episode. What's the problem? You know, in a sitcom, you'll have like 22 minutes or maybe even 17 minutes at this point to get introduced to what the story is all about. Many television episodes will follow certain tropes or story formula. This is new. The only thing that I'm asking you to do is put some awareness on it. What is usually kind of the problem? And in content, what I would like to share with you is that when you're talking about story, you're really talking about problem, dream come true. That is what's going to kind of move a prospect, a reader, a viewer, potential client through is when you talk about their problem and their dream come true, their ideal outcome, call it whatever you want, but it's the problem and then it's the dream come true. You're not talking about you're not opening with, here's my process. Because nobody wants a process. Nobody wants a process. They don't want it. Not when they're being just introduced. When they are looking for solutions or potential solutions, they want to identify that you get their problem and you can offer them their dream come true. That's all. So when you're putting your content together, how early on are you talking about the problem or the dream come true? Essential in a story. This is the hook. I have a little task for you to do next week. But what I want you to do is take a look at how can you introduce problem or dream come true earlier on in your content. In social media, this is not what I'm seeing in social media is problem and dream come true are not happening often enough. People are talking about side stuff and overhear stuff and process and description stuff. Not as much about problem or dream come true. And that's what the hook is. That's what gets people. So take a look at your own content, revisit tofu, mofu, and bofu, and let's see how you're doing in terms of problem and dream come true. This goes for your website too, so I'd like you to take a look at that, especially the homepage. If nothing else, the homepage. Okay. And I will be back next week with, it's kind of a meaty task. So brace yourself. It's going to be good. Okay. I'll see you next week. When?